What happened? What happened?
And I think that's all.
An excellent choice of opening song for today's Hangout, I do think. Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Eurovision Hub Hangout, episode 17, I believe it is this week. We're going to quickly fly around and say hello to the panel, and then we're going to say hello to our very special guest. I'm really excited about this one this week. So Louise from Ireland saying hello. Hello, Emil from Azerbaijan.
Hello.
Hello, Iago from Spain.
Hola, hello.
And hello, our very special guest, Vasil from North Macedonia. Vasil, are you with us?
Hey, this video is suck.
Oh dear, it's frozen. Well, not to worry. We will, and let's say a quick hello to the chat while we hopefully get Vasil back.
Yeah.
Some connection issues. Let's say a quick hello to the chat and see who's here. Hello, Leo. Hello, Adele, our reactor from Norway. Hello, Mark. Hi, Oron. Hello, Sam, who said he's never attended one of our Hangouts before. Well, you're very welcome. I'm not, or it could be she, he or she. Random content. Hello, Danny from Australia. It's 4 a.m. in Melbourne right now. Big love to you for coming and saying hello. Hello, Danny. Yeah, and that's, yeah, we've got HCB. Vasil is called Australian. I think that is fair to say. Well, hopefully we'll get Vasil back on pretty soon. We were having connection issues before, and now mine seems to have been fine, so I hope it didn't catch on to Vasil. Oh, I think he should be back. Vasil!
And I was doing the dance, everything.
Wait to make an entrance.
Didn't want to see me dance. I was all getting ready to bandido.
You'll just have to do some more for us.
I guess so.
Okay, well, Vasil from North Macedonia, hello. You're very, very welcome to the Hangout. Thank you for joining us today. How are you?
You are welcome. Thank you for having me. Hi, everybody. Good. Enjoying this lovely quarantine. So,
can you tell us, you were telling us before we went live about what was going on in your neighborhood?
Yes. So I don't know what your guys' situation is, but for us, we've had curfew weekends for the past 2 weekends where literally from Friday afternoon until Monday morning, nobody whatsoever is allowed outside. So next door to my house is a big family of, I think 4 or 5 families who all live in the same courtyard, and they were having a big Macedonian karaoke party, and it was shaking down the house like nobody's business. And I went and I said, please, we are going live, just stop for 1 hour. So far so good.
Thank you to Vasil's neighbors. That's really, really considerate. We're so happy to have you on today. I've been personally really excited for this one because I just feel like from reading about you and seeing some of your interviews, you've just had a really interesting life and a really varied path and a really varied career, and you've lived in tons of places. So there's so much to get into, I suppose, in terms of what we want to ask you and what I'm sure the fans would like to ask you in the chat too. So I just want to start off, I guess, by asking you the path to Eurovision. I mean, you're not a stranger. You were a backing singer, of course, for the amazing Tamara last year. How has your experience of Eurovision been?
Eurovision, unbelievable in a way. I mean, like most of us, I grew up with Eurovision. It's been a dream of mine since I could sing. And for me, my professional career started when I was 7. So that dream went on. My path went a different way. My first attempt was 2007 when I entered the Macedonian National Skopje Fest. And then I moved back home to focus on pop music. I was in opera for 13 years, moved back. And I always said it just happened, but nothing is an accident. I mean, just everything happens for a reason. That I knew Tamara, of course. And they called me when she was recording the song. And I heard and I said, you have the best voice, but your English sucks. So I said, I have to come and help you. So that's how the journey started with me going to the studio and being like, okay, you have to do this, you have to do that. And then jokingly, she goes, go in there. I'm like, what do you mean go in there? I'm like, this is your moment. Go in there, sing. She goes, you're coming with me. You have to get me ready. So that's how the journey started officially. Last year, I prepped her vocally, and I was one of the 3-back vocalists, which in a way was the best present I could be given. That I call it the dress rehearsal, where we were there, and for our performance, we were on stage, but we weren't on the camera. So we could see the audience, experience the audience. And that to me, going last year, I get goosebumps even saying it. I said, okay, now that I'm here, it confirms to me that I have to do this. So I even remember this is a little secret for you, I guess. I went up very bluntly to the head of delegations and I said, I just want to make it known to you. I know we have internal selection. We could see the audience, experience the audience. Eager, I am ready, and give me this opportunity to show you that I can do this. And that's how last year went.
Wow, that is amazing. And have you been in touch with Tamara? Had she given you any advice when you were announced?
Very much so. She was one of the first people I called when they called me. And the way that went, I got a call the beginning of this year in January. They called me for a meeting and I was like, something is going on. And she was one of the first people I called. They called her Dode. I was like, Dode, I'm going.
And I'm correct in thinking you were announced for a little while before you had the song. So what was the process like with
getting the song? January 15th. And then once I was asked, they said, no matter what, I would love to have an open call for everybody to write songs and submit. So we had about 2.5-week period where people submitted songs, and about 250 songs came through. And then we narrowed it down, and there was a whole delegation of voting along with me. So we all voted and then ended up choosing you as the song to represent.
Amazing. And can you tell us a little bit about the music video? Because I know a lot of people love the dancing and love the kind of mood that it gave out. Can you tell us what that was like to shoot?
Yes, so the music video, I don't know if everybody understood the point of the music video. The music video for me, I wanted to do something very subtle to not give away anything going on the stage. So in the music video, the girl and I are the same being. It's the male and the female version of a person, and the battles we go through of that masculine and feminine in everyday decisions. So the music video was meant to be, or not meant to be, was after a very long night of partying, you're deciding you're alone. Do you go home? You find somebody you like? Do you say something? And we all go through this where you're like, I'm not good enough. I won't do this. I can't do this. So it's the battle, and that's why the dancing, everything it's in a way a fight of surrendering, and that's why nobody else is reacting in the surrounding scene, because it's not really happening. It's all in
that's the reason why they're not.
So it's a conceptual music video that looks very la la la, but there was a underlying the whole thing, and we did it on purpose like that so we can have a blank slate for the stage. That was our strategy plan. How do we do, because for a dance music video, we didn't do a festival. You know, if you do a festival for competition, you introduce the stage performance of it so people get used to that. And I find it a bit of a trap when you do a music video of dance song that just gets released to the fans. How do you translate that on the stage, and how do you keep it fresh? So there's a little insight on that.
I think I need to ask what we were going to see in the stage of Eurovision.
In the stage of Eurovision, I'm not going to give away too much because I still don't know if I'm going next year. So in case we use some of the ideas from this year,
okay,
I'm going to be quiet, but I'm going to tell you that there was going to be a lot of dancing, a lot of the ethnic elements. So in the radio edit of the song, you hear underlying, a lot of them were very computerized, that you would have heard a lot of more ethnic elements on stage, a lot of women singing, would have been dance. And the idea was, because I don't know if you remember, none of us saw the actual stage, but there was a big stage, I believe, a diagonal bridge into a smaller stage. Our plan was, like, I can tell you that we were going to use everything and end the last part of the song with the audience. So our plan was we were going to have a signature move to get the whole audience to dance with us. That was the whole point, because it's all about you.
Oh, that sounds really cool. It's just, we go over this so often. We're speaking to different people and just speaking amongst ourselves, and it's just, we'll never get to see these particular songs on the stage, and it's so sad. But I wanted to ask you as well, and a couple of people were saying to me on Twitter, could I ask you,
Mm-hmm.
if you were, fingers crossed, to go again, what do you think this experience from this year would make you, I don't know, feel differently about the type of song you'd want to send next year? Have you taken anything from this year that has inspired you for next year, or would that just be a longer process?
It's going to be a completely different process. I'm going to go to a motto of mine that I always say, you're only as good as your next performance. So it's a trap to compare to what you did this year and what you're going to do next year. Maybe not in our case or in my case. What would I do differently? I'm very glad for both the good and the bad comments, because I always say, if we put ego aside and hear what people are saying, yes, there's mean people, but there's people who are analyzing things and telling you things to help you. So to you, I say thank you, because that, to me, I listen to that. I will take it, and I will definitely take it into consideration. I already have ideas as to what I want to do, but we will see. I can't go crazy with mine because I don't know what I'm doing yet.
Yeah.
So come on.
Come on, delegation. Everything crossed. Emil, we're going to flick to you. Have you spotted anything in the chat? Any burning questions from anybody we could highlight?
I haven't been looking.
Our fans are asking, what is your favorite song of 2020?
My favorite song of 2020.
Have you listened to them all, right?
I admit that I have not listened to them all. Of the ones that I have heard that I cannot stop singing, I cannot stop singing the Mamas. I cannot stop singing Switzerland. I cannot stop singing Iceland. And my guilty pleasure this year is Cleopatra. There you go.
Nice. And the second question, which everyone is asking, is that how did you feel when your EBU announced that Eurovision is going to be postponed for the next year?
Like that. I mean, it's a shock, it's a heartbreak, it's a disbelief, and you're suspended because this is a dream you've been working towards. I have worked my butt off to even get, and for us, the hardest part for Macedonian delegation is to be chosen, because we don't have a festival, we don't compete. Nobody knows how they actually choose the singer. So it's just, I know there was a lot of singers that were considered there. So it was a heartbreak because it was so close, but I didn't get a chance to do it. So that's why, if you ask me, I say send everybody from this year next year, because give everybody a chance to do it.
That will be great.
But I understand that a lot of the countries have the festivals, and there is a beautiful hype and development from doing that. So please put them all in the finals.
I agree. I wholeheartedly agree.
Um,
And I wanted to ask you as well, going back to 2019, of course, with it being North Macedonia's best ever result in the contest, how did it feel? What does that mean for you personally and for your career to have been a part of a team and a delegation that brought that result for your country?
It was amazing. Once again, I'm going to use the word surreal. We were just like, what the beep is happening? I mean, I honestly, knowing Tamara, knowing how she sings, knowing what we were doing, I knew for sure that we were going to be top 10. That was my feeling. And I remember I did an interview saying that. And I think once again, it was one of those things. You heard the song, slow song, when we sang that first rehearsal, only and only the people on stage, the four of us, that feeling you get when you feel the energy. I get goosebumps once again. When you feel the energy of the audience and everybody behind the stage, you're like, this is why we do what we do. So when those 12s kept coming in, like, it was a special moment.
For sure. It must be a dream. I mean, so many years, and you've had such an amazing career as it is. I think it's fair to say, over in Canada and in your youth in the States, and then to come back to Europe, to your homeland, and in the biggest really musical festival in the world. It must have been so incredible for you. And so I was trying to keep track of all of your international links, Vasil. So of course you consider yourself to be from North Macedonia, of course, but you have links to various countries you've lived in. And am I also right in thinking you have links to Bulgaria?
I do, yeah. So what? Grandma was born. One of the distant relatives was born in Petric. I'm in Macedonia. I'm very, very close to the border. So I'm about 25 minutes from Bulgaria, 35 minutes from Greece. So I grew up going to Greece all the time. So that's what a lot of people in my town, we have the links to both Bulgaria and Greece more. So that's how I have a citizenship in Bulgaria as well. And then, yeah, having lived all the places that I have, I'm lucky to have a global chosen family. So
Yeah.
I mean, it might sound cheesy, but that's why I think we all love Eurovision, because you get introduced to so many different cultures, people, music, diversities that is just, we're a family now, so no running away. So y'all better be nice.
Yeah. I think once you're in the Euro family, you're always in.
Mm-hmm.
So that's a pretty
family fight, so we can fight. Just be nice, you know.
For sure. And are there any Bulgarian entries that you liked in the contest over time?
Christian. There's something so much. I really admire Borislav. All of the songs that he writes.
Mm-hmm.
I admit the top 5, because we were down to 5 songs this year. One of the songs were Borislav as well.
Okay.
Where I find that he's genius, what he does. And I believe he had a few songs this year. So.
For sure. Amazing. Well, we've had a lot of talk about North Macedonia, of course. Mm-hmm. And that brings me to Iago, because Iago is now becoming Professor Iago. Tell us why.
Because of this. Well, we used to play a Eurovision quiz with the people who have here in the Hangout, and today is going to be about North Macedonia.
Mm-hmm.
So we have Vasil, we have Emil, and we have Luis competing for the win. 8 questions. So, are you ready?
Yeah.
First one. Tell me the year of the Macedonian debut in Eurovision.
19.
Is it?
Hold on, the year was, I didn't even hear the question properly.
Sorry. Tell me the year of the Macedonian debut in Eurovision.
Okay. How do we answer? Do we just...
Normally we have like a small sound, because I played this game and I'm like, yeah. So you want to have like a sound or something like that, but we have Luis a little bit frozen, so I think it's going to be difficult.
There was my answer for you.
I think you're not correct.
Really?
I want to answer. I think it was 1996.
Yes, 1996.
No. That's not.
I think we have lost Luis. Luis?
I think I'm back.
Okay.
Hopefully. Sorry, my Wi-Fi. I'm having an Australian internet moment today, as Danny would say.
If we don't know the answer, just say it's the Wi-Fi connection.
Second question. What is the best position achieved by Macedonia?
Do you want a proud answer?
But I need the position.
Okay.
Luis, yes. I think Vasil got this one. 7th place.
Okay, sorry.
Worst place.
Okay. Let's continue until Luis is back. I think she's having some internet problems, but we hope she's back soon. In 2013, Macedonia didn't get the pass to the Eurovision final, and after that, the country struggled to qualify for several years. How many years?
You can tell I'm really good at math.
Yes. So, Emil, your answer is
5.
and Vasil, your answer is
6.
It is 6.
Okay. So you are good.
Woo! I think we're having a clearly winner, but let's continue. There's a person who represents Macedonia up to a total of 3 times.
Really?
Who am I talking about?
Can I say it?
Yeah,
Calliope.
Calliope. Yeah,
Calliope. Oh, she did it 3 times?
3 times.
Yeah, she was in Baku in 2012.
Yeah, I know. So Cerno y Belo Dona, and then did you do backup for somebody?
And she represents Macedonia the first year in 1996. Yeah.
Yes.
So that makes 3.
Okay, I have 3 more. And now we're talking about weddings because there is a Macedonian person who will never. Luis?
Sorry, my bad. Irish internet.
I mean, Luis, if you don't know the answers, you can say it. You can say
You don't
it.
need to leave.
I just gave up. I'm here now. I'm in it to win it. Let's go.
Okay, let's continue. We're talking about weddings, Luis.
Weddings.
Yeah, because
Right.
there is a Macedonian person who will never dance alone again
Haha.
because she was asked to get married in Eurovision. Who is she?
Is it for me?
Yeah, I'm sorry, but Vasily is really good at this. So
I know her first name. Isn't it Yana?
Jana.
I can't remember her surname.
Burchevska.
Burchevska, I can even say
Baby.
that.
I will dance alone
No.
wherever I am. Love that.
What's up with the Macedonians wanting to dance with everybody?
That's true.
Come on.
That's a question to you to ask.
Okay, 6 ones. Macedonia has participated 20 times in Eurovision, but how many times did they qualify for the grand final? Emil?
2.
No, just 2. Macedonia, hater detected.
I think I have problems with my internet.
How many times did they qualify?
Out of 20.
Out of 20, yeah.
10.
Mm.
Am I close?
Yeah.
Up or down?
Yeah. Internet. 8.
Mm.
Oh, 9.
9.
Yay! Teamwork got us there, Basil.
Okay. This is an easy one. So if you don't have this right, follow the lyrics. We might only have tonight.
Oh.
Hold me tight and let it ignite. And for the moment, I
don't know.
Can you sing it, Iago?
No.
Come on.
I'm not, I think we have a person who can sing it better than me. I don't know who he is, but I think he's here.
Ignite, hold me tight.
And for the moment, I
will dance.
Yes, well, no. Something, I don't know. Shake with you?
Yeah, I just wanna dance.
Woo!
Oh my God. I mean.
We got there.
Vasil, if you need any backup singers for next year, I'm up to it.
Thank you for that positive thinking. Call the delegation.
I'll do it after the hangout. And just the last question, but I mean, Vasil already won. Which country has Macedonia given more points in Eurovision?
Oh my God.
Bosnia and Herzegovina?
No.
Oh, they haven't been in it for a few years. Why did I say them?
Albania?
It's Albania.
I said it first.
Yeah, you did.
So I'm sorry, Liz. I'm sorry, Emil, but Vasil got it.
Yay! It's only right. It is only right. That was fun. We had Leslie Roy on. She won the Irish in Ireland in Eurovision quiz. Now Vasil's won the North Macedonian Eurovision quiz. So I saw you did some lives with her, didn't you?
I was about to tell you she's lovely. Yeah, we met. We met on Instagram. We had a beautiful chat and we talked because both of our songs are very similar messages. Power of diversity, coming together, celebrating the moment. So she's lovely. She's in New York. Shout out.
We love you, Leslie. Yeah, like you guys in particular, I feel have been great for the interaction online, which everyone in the Eurovision community, just loves. Like we just love, getting in touch with artists and telling you when we love your song and hearing from you. And I know that means a lot to us. And I don't know, hopefully it wasn't brought up when I had to go there with my internet, but I loved your home concert.
Thank you.
And how you mashed up Toy and My Number One. What led you to do a mashup?
Because the vote was exactly the same. There was 15,000 people that voted Toy, 15,000 My Number One. So I was like, what the heck do I do? And then I wrote it and I said, well, I've got an idea. I said, I'm going to do my crazy self. So
make everybody happy.
Yeah.
Great.
Be a crazy goof. Yeah, no, those have been beautiful because to me it's a chance. Especially, I love the idea. I mean, not everybody is doing it because when they write to us, they say, we know the situation, record it with your phone. So literally it was me like this, where you see me pressing play. And I find that there's no hiding behind that because we didn't get a chance to do the promo tours. We haven't had a chance to meet the fans. So to me, it's that power of, if anything, I hope that positivity and the energy can get transferred to get a step closer to getting everybody to know who you actually are. So that's the beautiful thing for both the Spanish pre-party that we did online and the Eurovision home concerts. They've been great for that. I mean, yes, I'm talking to myself in a camera, but hey, it's better than nothing. So
yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I think we are going to hand things over to the live chat for the most part because we've thrown so many questions at you. We've even given you a quiz. We've been testing you. So I think we're going to flick over and see what the chat have to ask you.
Bring it on.
For a couple more questions, Vasil. Let me see what we have here. We can highlight one. I did see one earlier. I can't remember who asked it, but it was about, is there anything in the Eurovision experience, be it from last year or this year, that has surprised you, like the behind the scenes stuff?
That has surprised me. Not that I can think of. The one thing that I loved last year was how organized everything is. That's the beauty. But I mean, for me, coming from because I was in opera for 13 years, my main focus was performing opera, and how disciplined and organized that world was. Going last year, realized how thankful I am to have gotten that experience, because then you go to Eurovision and you're like, holy smokes, there are so many lights, there are so many cameras there. This is I'm talking about behind the scenes. Because there's so many little things and so many people. I always say, be nice to the little people, because the people backstage, they are the ones that talk. So if you're not thankful to whoever brings you from point 1 to 2 to 3 to 4, so it was a pleasant surprise to see how organized everything is, and it was a joy.
Beautiful. We have one here from Lee. I don't know again if this came up while I ducked out of the quiz, but it was, what is your favorite Macedonian entry ever?
Sarnoi Belo Calliope.
Yes.
Something about that song to me is just, and that woman. Just her energy, everything about her is.
What a voice.
A beast. She's a beast.
Totally.
Let's see.
Iago, take us to the next question.
Which song from last year, besides North Macedonia one, you take to sing?
From last year. Ooh. I admit that Proud is definitely a song that I would sing. It's my type of song. Ooh. Fine, let's go to Italy. Why not?
Yes.
Why not?
Taste, yeah.
Dum tak tak, dum tek tek. Sorry, not dum tak tak.
Oh, you see our Turkish question. Yeah. Dum tak tak. You could bring your dance moves as well, Vasil.
So we'll see. Yeah. Any other questions? Let's see. I'm trying to think if there's anything.
We have a hashtag Vasil for Eurovision 2021.
Do I prove? Definitely pop. So it was interesting for me growing up. I started out on pop. I was discovered very, very young and became a child icon back home, and then entered the different kind of world in the States where I started singing choral music, was introduced to both opera, pop, and musicals. And I will never forget, near the end of high school, I was asked to do a competition, and they said, we're not letting you do pop or musicals because we know you're going to win. We want you to do opera. And I went, what the beep is opera? Because I didn't know what it was. And I learned it, and I was so turned on to not being able to do it. And that's how I ended up going. A lot of my mentors said, go and study classical music, learn all the rules so you can break them. And I still stand to that. I always said I want to be a universal singer. So yes, opera is great. It's different because in opera, you learn how to sing without a microphone. You are your own microphone. So nowadays, the hardest thing, and I think a lot of people, dare I say, were not disappointed, surprised that I chose a song like You this year, is because to them, my voice doesn't shine the way they assumed it would, which I disagree, because I think the live performance of the song would have been completely different, especially with what we had intended for it. So pop is the answer of that, or my own way of thinking.
And I have another answer, another question, sorry, because I did it to Leslie from Ireland. And now that you see how fans reacted to your song, even if the idea for Eurovision stage was going to be very different, would you choose a ballad for next year, or do you keep this danceable rhythm to a song?
I'm going to leave Tabula Rasa for that. Well, whatever comes along, it's so hard to talk about it. Yes, do I idealize what I would want to do? Yes, until I know, I don't believe it, so I don't want to fantasize. There will be lots of new songs. So even the way I choose my song, one thing I would love to do, and if it goes there, I would love to get input, even get the fans to vote, choose a couple of songs, because now we have so much more time that I feel the sooner we prepare, the more time we have to do it all. Why not choose a few songs and then create your own thing where you get the fans involved? Therefore, everybody's involved, because I think it's important to get people's opinions. So would it be a slow song? I don't know. Maybe.
For sure. We've had another one. Do you have formal background in dance?
A little bit. So when I used to sing in the choirs in the States, I used to do a lot of show choir. So I would go to camps in the summer where we would sing and dance. So I wouldn't say I'm a professional dancer, but if you show me something, I can do it. So I can move.
So we have another question. What is your favorite Balkan entry ever apart from North Macedonia?
The first thing, because I just popped another question about Serbia came up. Molitva comes to mind. Something about that. See, I admit I love female voices. So I lean towards my ladies when it comes to singing. So it would have to be that. Let's give it to Maria.
Well, this is from Katie from Eurovision Hub too. Is Eurovision popular in North Macedonia? Does it have a good reputation?
Yes, so it's a bit of a mixed. A bit of a mixed feeling mean, definitely yes. I believe the euphoria that everybody felt last year was unbelievable. That kind of made people respect and listen even more, because it's such a small country, such a small music industry in a way that it's hard. But yes, I mean, it is very popular, and reputation, yeah, definitely. We'll say that one thing to share from last year. I remember as it finished, going to Tamara and saying, I said, good luck to whoever goes next year. Because of what she did. I said, the shadow, you have passed the singer this year. I said, good luck to the person next year. And what do you know? But, so there we go.
The stars aligned. My goodness. I think we're going to wrap up. Vasil, before we go, do you have any message for Eurovision fans out there who are a fan of your song?
Yes, I want to say thank you to all of you. We all live in a weird time right now, and the good thing is that we're all in it together. So I hope you take this time to focus on yourself, love yourself, be kind to people around. Thank you for all the messages. Keep writing. I'm here for you, and hope to see you next year.
Well, there's definitely
There's
a lot of love for you in the chat, and we're going to let you go back to your big karaoke party.
Let them continue their journey.
And thank you.
Thank you very much.
Yeah.
On the 16th. Hey, there's a little inside info.
Thank you for joining us.
Bye.
Ciao.
Bye.